Welcome to the SolarPunk demo version 1.0.4. Now, I backed this game when it first announced you could start backing it. I'm super excited to start playing it. And the start is like most survival games where you hand gather stones and sticks. Full disclosure, I did already start building some things, but I wanted to re-show you what the start kind of looks like. Now, after you gathered enough stones and sticks, you can make your first pickaxe and axe. And I'll give you a wild guess what you do with your pickaxe. Looks like you also get clay. Then, I also wanted to show you the chopping animation as well as the tree falling animation. Naturally, you can only build so much with your hand. You make a crafting table to make more things. You are going to see some extra things being able to build, like the water canteen that you normally can't. You research these things at the research table. The research table lets you research more things to build. Next thing on the agenda for me is the tier 2 items, which I need more cloth. So I go to my planted cotton and realize it's not ready yet. So instead I go ahead and harvest the berries and then replant using the berry seeds. Naturally, you need to then water anything that you planted, so you get this cool little water can. Fill it up until you see the soil change color. When you run out of water, you just fill it up on the little pond thing on the island, and then finish watering all your plants. Now, I don't know if they're just going to stop growing altogether if they're not watered, or if they grow faster with water. Figuring I'm going to need a lot more cotton in the future, I went ahead and decided to expand the farm. Kind of like Minecraft, you just take the hoe out, show where you want the build to go, and press and hold left click. After filling up my water can, I decided to continue my quest for cotton. Now normally there's a rock right here blocking your path, but I had already mined it out. I see a potential food source and decided to go politely introduce myself, the same way Jason Voorhees might. That didn't work, so I decided to walk away defeated. Collecting more resources along the way, like the loot goblin I am. Explored most of the island, not finding any cotton. I decided to just harvest the ones that I already planted. And of course, not wasting any time replanting so that they can grow and I can harvest it again. Who does number 2 work for? That was supposed to insinuate that I'm waterboarding these plants. I know it wasn't funny. Let's just continue on. Turning the cotton, I just got into cloth. I made enough to then research tier 2. Big thing is the furnace that lets me then smelt all my iron ore into iron, as well as the airship dock, massive milestone. Deco table and chairs, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not that interested in. And tier 3 is locked in the demo. But next big push is the airship dock, which I need wood, iron, and cloth. And to get iron, I need the furnace. And for the furnace, I need stone. Channeling my inner dwarf, I decided to seek out rocks with hostile intent. With more than enough stone, I headed back and started crafting the furnace. Placed it down, harvested up some beeswax, then finally decided to start smelting. I got curious how much wood to iron ratio it was, so I decided to watch it, but you guys get to watch it in 10 times speed. Looks like 1 piece of wood for 3 iron. That's not a bad one. While I continue waiting for it to smelt, I decided to check out the building hammer and the builds that I could do with it. Looks like all of the wood structures are able to be built. While the brick and the glass are locked in demo. With enough wood, I just need the iron and the cloth. So, I see how much I need left. Just 5. Go over here and make 4. I hate it here. So I just need 1 more. Naturally, my planted cotton is not ready to harvest yet, so I need to go find some. Insert loot goblin noises here. Ignore the fact that I just saw my nemesis and my axes out now. Nothing happened at all. It's nice of that immortal chicken to let me live it out here. Ah! I finally see some cotton up the hill. Alright, now if you just let me hop up here and then just... Okay, no, can't do that. Spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to jump puzzle my way up here. Realizing it's a fruitless endeavor, I decided to just go around. Not sure of the fall damage I would take from here. I decided to just go a little bit further down and harvest up cotton, making the last cloth that I need to research the airship dock. Now I need to see what I need to make it, which is wood, iron, and cloth. Starting out with the easiest, I grabbed the last bit of iron that I had to see how much I still need. Falling a little short, I decided to gather more ore. With the ore gathered, I decided to make the best use of my time and replant some cotton plants. You know, making multiple trips to this little pond never made me want to build the well. I've been waiting for this game literally since, I think, mid to beginning of last year. I just got the email today saying the demo key is in my email. I was like, oh. While looking around, I see the smoke and decided to go investigate. Realizing there's no way up here, I decided to go around. Still out of reach on this side, so I continued going around. Realizing there's no easy way up, I decided to channel my inner small lands and build my way up. I don't know why I decided to do half stairs, went with full stairs, and then realized you can't build them mid-air or into the ground. So then I decided to go with a foundation instead. Spent an embarrassing amount of time until I realized you had to hold T and move the mouse to get it out of the ground. Place that near where I need to build the stairs. Go ahead and make the full-fledged stairs and climb my way up. Do the exact same thing again. It doesn't look like one set of stairs will cover it, which it doesn't, so then I make a second set. And climb my way up to the new area. Now I'm just above it and need to drop down. Gonna mine this up, but my pickaxe is about to break. Switch out for the one I just made and continue mining. Don't mind me just being an absolute salute for cotton. Then decided to test out the fall damage here, which doesn't seem to be a whole lot. Insert loot goblin slurping noises here. Then decided to continue my way and investigate the downed airship, eventually collecting airship components. Checking in on my farm, I realize my cotton is ready to harvest, so I go ahead and harvest it and then replant. You know, a smart person would have built the well by now, but I like to make things complicated. Went ahead and placed in some more ore to get it smelting. And still figuring I'm going to need a lot more cotton in the future, I went ahead and expanded my farm. Raining in this game is awesome because it waters your plants for free and it gives you water to drink. Seeing what I needed to build the airship dock was wood and cloth. Went ahead and turned my cotton into cloth. Now, much like your dad, all I need is wood. And began chopping enough trees that makes the Lorax want to break my freaking knees. And with more than enough wood in my inventory, I went ahead and decided to craft the dock. Did a very little bit of exploration, seeing that you could probably put some decoration or storage here, and reading what we need to make the airship. Cloth and iron. Too easy. Starting my cotton farm early paid off, and now I have more than enough cotton to make enough cloth. Then proceeded to just grab the rest of the iron to go ahead and start making the airship. Gives you a cool little cutscene for building the airship. Then it gives you a little flag saying you built the spot here. It'd be cool to be able to name it in the future, saying like what's on this island or what you call this island. Then it gives you a basic rundown of your airship with the engine, battery, hull, and solar panel. This one doesn't have a HUD. I'm almost certain in the future you're going to be able to upgrade these things. Then of course, like any good aviator, I went ahead and read the instructions. I went ahead and sped it up for you guys so you didn't have to sit through me reading so slowly. Yes, this is sped up 3 times. I wanted to make sure I didn't get confused. I really like the fact they added a charging indicator so you can actually see if you're in enough solar to get it charging, and a battery indicator. Playing around with the yoke, I see if you pull the mouse you go up, you push the mouse you go down, and if you hold right click and move the mouse you look around. And before we set off on our maiden voyage, I had an idea that I wanted to try. Can we craft and place a storage chest on the base airship? I already made a Lorax joke, so I don't know what other tree joke to make. we're not going to talk about that. With the storage chest crafted, let's see if we can place it on our ship. We cannot. Got it. I'm sure in the future we're going to eventually make storage modules, but we cannot place it on it. Now enjoy flying without me talking. It looks like I'm restricted to one island for the demo. That's so sad. I am. Although I'm restricted to one island, I see the merchant is able to be visited, so let's go see what he has to offer. Arriving at the merchant, you can see that blue outline is where they expect you to park. With the airship dock, time to explore. I see a vending machine. Hopefully I can buy things out of it. Lock and demo, love it here. I see something with power hooked up to it. So, looks like it let me build later things in the future. Battery, windmill, and sky turbine are things I'm super excited for. Oh, okay, that's cool. I see a note on the door that says I need 7 free slots. So I throw up some saplings I don't think I need right now. Go back and see what it gives me. There we go. Okay. As you can tell from my voice, I'm very excited for the power generation of this game. And it gives you network display, cable connectors, solar panels, and windmills. I quickly hurried back to my island so I can go ahead and start crafting these. The flying in this game is so satisfying. Was initially thinking of putting solar down here, but if the sun goes behind that rock, I might not be able to use it because it might need direct sunlight. So instead I chose to put it up here. Reading its description, it does say exposed to sunlight. So my thinking is it needs to be aimed at the sun. Looks cool, but it almost looks like glass. I was expecting more of like a solar panel look, but it's futuristic. With it down, the next thing I need to do is place these power nodes. I know they're called connectors, but I've already started calling them nodes. Reading up on the rest of the things, I got a windmill, a sprinkler that lets me water plants autonomously. That's huge. I go ahead and place that right now. Seeing the AoE of the sprinkler, I'm going to have to redesign my farms in the future games. Knowing I'm going to need power nodes to reach it all the way there, I go ahead and place the one on the sprinkler. Trying to maximize distance per node. I don't know if you've played Astroneer, but it's like that with the tethers. It shows you that it's connected, and then if you go too far, it'll disconnect, but you just have to go back to reconnect it. And then you just keep chaining them to where you need them to go. Trying to maximize the distance, since I have such a limited amount right now. Then to connect it to an already existing one, you see it says connect for free. With them all connected, you can see the tether going all the way down, but it's not blue, so it's showing it's not powered. I went ahead and placed the little HUD screen to show power consumption for the entire base. You can see generator is a solar panel, but it's not getting any because of no sun, and then consumption is one sprinkler for 25 power. While I wait for the sun, because I'm dumb, I go ahead and harvest up all my plants and then replant. Inventory looking thicker than your childhood guinea pig, I go ahead and place it all in the storage chest. I then replant all those things I just harvested to give my sprinkler something to do when it has power. Me, with my 3 IQ, finally realized I have a wind turbine that can generate power without the sun. I was going to place it here, but I want to centralize all my power generation, so I'm going to go up the hill. Not knowing how strict the sunlight is, I wanted to place it somewhere where it's not going to interfere with the solar panel, but close enough, I only need to use one tether to get it to power. You can see now all the tethers are blue, showing I have power, and the sprinkler works! And I think once you power something, you get this, saying thank you for playing the demo. I was too excited for the sprinkler to be working to actually read it, so I apologize for that. But then I realized the last thing in my inventory is a drill. Says must be built on a flat ore patch, so now I need to go looking around for a flat ore patch. And I think I see one right there. So I sprint my way and place it. Naturally, it needs power. So I begin to place power nodes, making a tether all the way to my current grid. Of course, it doesn't reach. But this is also where I learned if you press right click with a power node out, it shows you which one you're trying to tether to. After learning that, I think I could be more efficient if I work my way backwards. So I go ahead and destroy this one. Start a tether from my already established one. Get as close as I can. And then connect for free. With the sun coming out a little more, I go ahead and place my other solar panel to try to generate solar power. connect it to the grid via power connector. But unfortunately, I guess this is not enough sun for it to start generating solar power. So far, I'm loving this power screen to show you how much you're generating versus how much you're using, and to see what resource gives you what power. I'm making the most use out of the rain by go ahead and drinking what I have in the rain catcher while the rain refills it back up. And I had an idea of maybe you can sleep through a storm to get the sun to come out faster, but beds need shelter, so I go ahead and build a very simple shelter. Now, like with most survival games that I've played, I'm not the biggest on building extravagant houses. I, 9 times out of 10, don't even build a house. I'm more interested on the power generation and resource gathering. But I'm sure the devs want as much feedback as they can, so I go ahead and start building a very simple shack. With foundations down, I want a wall, a window, and then a wall as my backdrop. So I go ahead and place the wall, that's just wood. Then the window naturally needs glass. I know I had sand in here that I can turn into glass. While I wait for it to smelt, I'm going to give my thoughts of the game so far. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to be able to craft more things, make better airships to explore more islands, and hopefully get different resources on those islands. I really hope the devs continue developing this game and it doesn't get thrown by the wayside as we see sometimes with some early access games. Although I don't think that's going to be the case, but one can only hope. With all the walls placed, Bed said it needs shelter, so that means roof. I went ahead and did the slanted roof first to see how I like it. I stepped inside here to see if it gave me some kind of like sheltered indication, but I didn't see one. Ironically, I don't even have the bed research to begin making it. Naturally, I need more cloth, so I go ahead and use some of my cloth, make enough to research it, then go right back to the workbench to go ahead and craft it. I need more cloth, shocker there. Go ahead and make up the required cloth. Then go ahead and use that cloth that I just made to make the bed to place under the shelter. Little text box says you can only sleep at night, so thunderstorms you're not counted at night, and I'm not able to sleep through them. Might as well finish the enclosure, so I'll go ahead and give the sides some walls. After looking at it, I do not like the slanted roof, so I'm going to take those off and then just put flat roofs for now. I went ahead and skipped to where I have solar power. I have 2 solar panels generating 140, so 70 each, and 100 on the windmill, generating more than enough power to go see what this drill is doing. So you can hear and see it drilling, so you know it's working. You look at the resource bucket, and right now I just have sand. Well, this is pretty much all that the demo has to offer, and that makes sense because, I mean, it is just a demo. I like to think the developers wanted to give us something to play for our support with the Kickstarter, as well as just getting people excited for the game by getting to play it and seeing how people react if things need to change, get better. I know I'm already excited from seeing the things that they had teased on, like that battery with the magnet fisher, the wind turbine, the air turbine thing. And I saw that they're going to try to fully implement multiplayer. So you're going to be able to play this with friends. All in all, very excited for what it is so far, and I cannot wait for more. Decided to explore the decoration while also yapping. As far as things that I would like to see implemented, of course, this is just me. It'd be cool if we could name the air dock. Because so say we find an island that looks like it's great for a massive farm, we could name the air dock and call it Farm Island. Or for just those that want to name their islands. An idea I had, I don't know if it's in the direction that they want to go, but like a wingsuit, if you want to fly around the island without your airship, that'd be cool. All in all, as a lover of survival games, this one is very relaxing and definitely worth a try.